Welcome everyone. Nice to have you here. I'm Sarah Devine. I'm a White Tiger Qigong Senior Instructor, and I also have a master's degree in sport and exercise science. So White Tiger Qigong, as many of you probably already know, is Taoist medical Qigong. It comes from an ancient lineage of Lao Tzu Taoism, I Ching, classical Chinese medicine, and it's also combined with a modern approach of sports science and looking at things through that lens, and also biohacking. So it's a really exciting Qigong. Today is part 2 of Qi-Bytes, and we're looking at proprioception, the big word behind balance. So have you heard of it? What is it? Well, proprioception is essentially a body system which enables us to sense our movements, our joint position and our movements in space. And it does this through thousands and thousands and thousands of proprioceptors. They're little mechanical receptors or specialist nerves that are in your entire body. They're even in the ears, in the vestibular canal, and in the eyes. But what I'm mainly talking about is the proprioceptors in the body and the body tissue, the muscle and the tendons. They're the large ones, and then the small proprioceptors in the fascia. And they are responsive to lengthening, to tension, and to pressure. So they're really, really important signalers for us of what the hell our body's doing, right? So why are they important? Regard, they're key for our mobility, they're key for our balance, they're enabling free flowing movement. And essentially, if you didn't have them, you wouldn't even be able to stand up. So very important. Can they be impaired? Yes, they can. Through injury, through illness or a disorder, through immobility, actually, lack of use, then you're going to see a decrease in the responsiveness of your proprioceptors. And one of the things that can happen from that, and that's our main theme today, is that you can decrease your ability to balance well. So that can lead to increased injury and even fatality. But there is good news. We can train them, and we can train them through Qigong really, really well, the proprioceptors. So let me give you an example. We can train the range of motion when we're doing something like serving teacups. We've got this beautiful flowing movement through the shoulders and the trunk. We're really working on extending the range of motion there. Then something like the dragon in 5-element Qigong, we are working on extending manipulating the body through different plane motions. So again, the proprioceptors are going to be really responsive to this. Let me show you. That's the dragon. I know you couldn't quite see my feet there, but you get the picture. There's all this beautiful movement, multiple planes of motion. And then balance. What we're going to practice today is crane 3 from 5-animal Qigong. Crane flaps its wings. The beautiful balancing Qigong. Let me show you. May seem quite simple, but there's a lot going on in that Qigong, and we'll have a go in a minute. So how does this work? Well, we're stimulating our small nerve proprioceptors in feet, that's really important, through this Qigong. And we're also twisting and we're squeezing the fascia. So again, we're getting that nice stimulation in the smaller nerve endings, as well as the large nerve sensing of the muscle and the joints. There's a doctor called Dr. Emily Spleichel, who's, I think that's how you pronounce it, she's the barefoot doctor. And she has done a lot of research into proprioception, and she swears by training barefoot, which we do in Qigong as much as we possibly can, and also this manipulation, rhythmic manipulation of the fascia. So she's actually researched that this is probably a superior way to train yourself to improve your balance than it is just to focus on the large proprioceptors. So let's have a look at crane. Let's get right into it. But first we're going to do a little warm-up. I just want you to stand. Remember we did this last week. You're standing, Shanzhuang posture, feet shoulder width apart. Bring your hands onto your lower dantian, 3 finger widths below your navel. Stretch out your toes, grasp the ground with 10% tension. You can close your eyes gently. Find your balance, even out the weight. And then you're going to stack your bones, feeling your ankles above the feet, the knees above the ankles, gently dropping the sacrum down, elongating the spine as you inhale, softly, crown point to the sky, chin tucked back, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Take a moment to settle the breath. Abdominal breathing. Remember this from last week? Gentle inhalation right into the lower abdomen, into the lower dantian. Exhalation, gentle contraction. Do one more of those. And then we'll do the filling breath and the cleansing breath. So you're going to fill in the 3 stages like I showed you last week. Inhaling from the dantian to the middle, to the chest, and then making a pinhole in the mouth. Exhaling, letting go of any tension, any stuck, stale qi. And you can visualize it going down into the earth to be recycled. Do one more. Bring your awareness back to the space you're in. Gently release your hands, start shaking it out. Gently starting to bounce through the heels. Allowing it to ripple up the whole body until you feel the vibration in the back, in the shoulders, coming down the arms, in the neck, right up to the head. So ideally when you're doing a Qigong session, you're going to warm up for at least 10 minutes. We're constrained time-wise here, so we're just going to do a little shaking. Lift up a leg if you can. The other one. And now, shaking more intensively. Harder, faster. And then standing, relaxing, just let the arms hang. And take a moment just to sense inwards. Feel into the sensations in your arms, in your fingers, in your palm, on the back of your hand, your wrists. Just observing. This is called Tingjing, or inner listening. going to work on the crane crane flaps, from the 5 Animal Qigong. This is from the Winter Road series. We're going to look at what's happening with the feet first of all. So you're going to stand a little bit further back so I can walk towards you. You can see my feet initially. Feet are together, and you're going to turn your right foot out to a 45-degree angle, sink your weight onto that foot, push into the foot, and as you push into the foot, feel a rebound effect coming all the way up the body, right up through the back, and at the same time you're going to lift your left leg, and if you can, you're lifting it so it's parallel to the ground, but then you're going to drop the front part of the leg to a 45-degree angle. So let me show you from the side. So it looks like this. And then you're going to point the toes. Gently squeeze the toes, then release, and then bring the foot down softly in front of you, turning the foot 45 degrees, shifting the weight, lifting the other leg, feeling that straightness through the spine, pulsing on the toes, bringing the foot down, 45-degree angle, shifting the weight, pushing into that foot. That's the proprioceptors working there. Lifting right up through the back line fascia in the body. Pulsing is that squeezing the toes and then relaxing, starting to turn the foot, finishing as you land. Foot's at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to turn towards the camera. Lifting, pulsing the toes, bringing the leg down, shifting the weight. Let's do one more. And as we push into that foot, activating all those small proprioceptors, we're getting this ripple effect through the body, this rebound. And that's the walking part. Now I know that that's probably quite hard without the arm movement, so let's bring in the arm movement. First of all, we're going to look at what's happening with the hand. So this is the crane finger. So spread out your fingers, and then take your middle finger, be scooping it. So it's not just hanging down, it's down and then outwards. That's the scoop. So you can get a little bit closer there so you can see. So it's not this, it's this. It's not quite hip hop, but looks similar. Down and out. Okay? So that's your crane finger. That's activating your pericardium meridian, which is the heart protector. So what's happening with the arms? You're going to inhale, drawing the arms up, the sides of the body, and this is also where proprioception comes into play, and we're bringing them to ear height. Sense with your proprioception, that's where my hands are. And once they reach the top, I'm going to engage that pericardium finger. This is called a pulse. I'm pulsing into it. I'm activating that channel of energy. And then I'm relaxing the finger as I draw my wings down. Once they reach the side of my body, I'm activating the finger again. And we'll do this with the breath. So we're inhaling up, activating, pulsing the pericardium meridian, softening. On the exhale, coming down, activating the finger again. And notice how my wrists are soft. I'm not bending them like this. They're just naturally, they're in their natural extension. But as I come down to engage the pericardium finger, I'm extending the wrists more. Okay, so let's put this together with the feet. Remember, it's an inhale up and an exhale down. I'm going to go in a bit of a little circle. You might not always be able to see my feet, but I'll start off here. If you don't have the room to do this, you can pretty much just do it on the spot as well, by the way. So you can just Inhale, pulse, exhale, come down to where you already started. Just go forward a tiny bit at a time. So let's go. So we're inhaling up, exhaling down, shifting the right foot, sinking the weight, lifting, inhaling. As we reach the top, we're pulsing the toes, pointing downwards, and the crane finger. We're releasing as we come down. Now we want to time it so we land at the same time as the hands land, and then we pulse as we're shifting the weight, and then we lift, and you can fix on something in the distance to hold your balance as you do this. It's quite tricky when you're talking. Turn. Inhaling up. Now the support leg is bent, pulsing into your finger and toes. Exhaling, stepping down. You're not reaching forwards, you're just stepping naturally. Inhaling up, pulsing, exhaling down with control. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling to close, drawing the hands up over our heads. Exhaling as we settle the chi. Step out with your feet shoulder width apart. Bring your hands onto your lower dantian. Remember that, guys, gentlemen, you have your left hand down first, right on top, and women the other way. You can also engage the acupressure point at the middle of the palm, the Lao Gong, like this, and then the webbing here. This helps to bring the chi down. Just stand for a moment. Settling the chi, bringing your awareness gently to the dantian. Finding a small pearl of chi here. It's red in color. And as you inhale, it's expanding. As you exhale, it's contracting. Red is the crane color, the color of the element of fire, the summer. Crane is associated with excess, and letting go of excess to become calm and centered. Take a moment now just to, before you open your eyes, just feel into your, sense into your feet and see if you feel that you have more awareness of your connection to the ground, just through doing this short movement even. Bringing the right hand into a fist, the left hand to cover. So bow out. Thank you. So I know it's a very short exploration of the crane, but hopefully that gives you some idea of what this movement feels like, and it'll encourage you to go away and practice, because once you've practiced it for a while, you find that your balance really, really improves, and that's your proprioceptors at work. They're all just buzzing away, helping you to become more stable, and then with stability comes mobility as well. So it all flows into each other. And with this Qigong, everything is impacting on everything else. It's not just the training of the proprioception, so how we're training ourselves to listen inside our bodies, is interoception. It's also how we are using our intention and enjoy I think we might have lost connection there momentarily. Take away these practices, have a go, enjoy. You can connect with me at Sarah Divine Qigong, and you can also look up some of the free material on YouTube Live as from me and from other trainers. Also on Master Tevi's website, whitetigerqigong.com. Thank you very much. See you next time.